Hello, how's it going, guys? Welcome. It's been a while since I've come out and released any videos. I've been quite busy, but I thought today we would try and do something different. In attempt to look for a game that's a little bit more casual, to my current lifestyle. I decided to try out Construction Simulator. A big thanks again to the publishers of the game who have provided me as well as my friend a key to Construction Simulator. So again, this is a sponsored video, but this was something that, when I got the email, I was like, you know what, this is actually perfect for me. So we are going to be trying out Construction Simulator today. There's a multiplayer feature available. However, I currently do not. Well, first of all, my friend Alex, he's not online yet. But also, you need to complete the opening campaign before you can actually play multiplayer. So I'm gonna create a character and try to run through the opening campaign myself before we actually get there. I've played a little bit already with a new character, but I had deleted it. I just used it to try out, check performance, make sure everything's running okay. And the gist of it is, I kind of want to try and play it as far as I can get. I'm quite excited to try out this game actually. I've never really played like these sim games before. What are the customization features like? Not too much going on, but that's okay. What color do I like? Let's try for like a little blue. What's my PPE? Yeah, we would like a bright color, right? Like we want to make it like yellow. We want it to be noticeable. Let's go with the old traditional stuff. Everyone has a yellow hard hat. Put on your hard hat, boys. We're getting to work. Helmet. Do we get like decals? What is this? Hearing protection. Yes, I'm always about hearing protection. I actually love headphones or earmuffs, or not headphones. Is it earmuffs? I actually think these things look a little silly, but they're great protection, first of all, okay? And I'm all about that. And second of all, in the winter, in the cold Canada winters, these things are actually quite warm. So I like that. And give me some of these. Oh, these look pretty fly. So yeah, I've never really played. Ooh, I like that. I like this. I never really played, farming simulator, construction simulator. At this point, there are so many different kinds of simulators. I haven't really played those games before. For the most part, I would lean towards, games with a little bit more action if you were to look at the videos on this channel. But I mean, if you haven't been watching, if you're new to this channel, I had a newborn baby, and wait, how do I accept? I just had a newborn baby, and I've been very, very busy. Normally I play a whole bunch of Path of Exile on this channel, but recently I haven't had the chance to do that. I've gone from playing on my computer, mouse and keyboard, to getting a Steam Deck, playing through the mobile app on Steam Deck on my phone. I bought like a little controller for my phone. So whenever I'm on the go upstairs, or I'm holding the baby, feeding the baby, or, you're holding the baby a lot, man. In those situations, let's make a European or USA. Let's go USA. We are in North America. Maybe we would understand the architecture a little bit more. I don't even know what I'm getting myself into. But yeah, like there's a lot of like sitting around. There's a lot of downtime, but not enough where you can have two hands on the keyboard and mouse and actually sit down and play. You can play like 30 minutes at a time, and then you're off doing something else, right? So I was looking for a game where I could play very casually, where like I can walk away and I won't, team games out of the picture, right? You play something like Valorant, you have to walk away for 10 minutes, you've just ruined the game for not only yourself, but like 9 other people on your team. So Okay, company name would be, we have a tape measure. Measure Twice Incorporated. Hey man, we're all about safety here, okay? We measure twice, we cut once. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna be playing mostly on the controller here. Get a sip of coffee there. And like I said, we're gonna start with a single player game. I mean, in general, I have no idea what to expect out of this game. I did play through a little bit of it, maybe an hour or two, before I went, okay, I think I got the ropes. The thing with simulator games is it's always quite intimidating, right? Because there's like so many things you can do. It's a simulator. It tries to be as realistic as possible, I would assume. Anyways, one summer morning, you wake up in your small hometown. In the distance, the rooftops of a sweltering city flash in the light of the sun. You vigorously forge plans for leaving this sleepy place as quickly as possible, but there's no escape without money or wheels. Then, out of the blue, an old acquaintance gets in touch. It's Hape, the owner of a small local construction company. He may look tough on the outside, but his heart's in the right place, and his guidance helps you quickly break into the building industry. So it's time to set off for adventures in the world of the self-employed. Alright, here we go. Move the camera. Okay, so this is how to move. You can press right trigger to run. So let's talk to Hape real quick.
Ah, good to see you again. Your active help is most welcome. I'm having a tough time keeping up with all the work. Do you know how many people around here are frustrated and thinking of moving away? If things keep going like that, this place could become a ghost town. To make matters worse, the water supply broke down this morning. It seems there's a crack in the pipeline. So if you want to help give people here another chance, let's fix the water line first. Get in your tractor and go to the local building supply store. You'll find a new pipe section there, ready for pickup. Just follow the navigation to get there. In the meantime, I'll head to the pipeline and take a closer look at the damage.
Alright, so the first mission, we're off to fix some pipes. So like I was saying, you know, these simulator games, oftentimes it feels intimidating because there's so much to learn. And often it's like, it's very industry specific, right? Farming simulators, you need to learn about like how to use tractors, cultivators, you know, like how to like till the ground properly, what's the optimum fertilizer to water ratio. I don't even know, man. And in that sense, there's a learning curve there, right? But right now I'm like, you know what? Why am I so intimidated or so scared of games that have learning curves? I played Path of Exile, like the game with one of the biggest learning curves of all. So immediately I was thinking, you know what? Let's not be intimidated. Let's try some new things. And like, yes, there's a lot to learn, but a game like this, for example, it feels like I'm playing. It's like you slowed down, right? Like normally I'm used to action-packed games, and now I'm living the slow life. You know, lately I've been really into games that are like simulators and farming game like Dinkum, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, things that I can just play like really casually. So you know, the fact that we can, you know, slowly go at this, learn at our own pace. I'm not in any rush. It's not a multiplayer game where we're competing with other people. There's no ladder or anything. So like, you know, and not only that, we have a chance to sort of sit down and just kind of talk and play while we're doing this. Okay, back up close to the cargo trailer and press A to couple it. Okay, so we want to back this bad boy up. How's my reversing skills? Real life, honestly, not too good. I won't lie. I'm actually not a great driver. I don't want to feed into the like Asian bad driver stereotypes, but I'm actually not very good. And in fact, I'm like the kind of person that like I don't. Is this safe to say? I don't respect cars. like what I mean by that is like, to me a car is something you use to get from point A to point B. You know, the things that matter to me are like safety, Does it have a USB charge? You know, like things that like really, you know, other people are like, oh, I care about the horsepower. I like the design of this car. The color, very important. I recently bought a new car because ours is like a 14-year-old piece of garbage that is really actually falling apart. And with the new baby, you know, we have been quite concerned about the safety. And you know, when it came to like deciding on a car, when I was making my priority list, I'm like, wow, like these things are very like at the top, like is reliable. Like how many times do I have to take it in for maintenance? You know, is it safe? Is it does it have like, you know, the right features? So does it have a backup camera? It's been so long about a car. Turns out every car has a backup camera these days. So it's like you know, it turns out like maybe part of the reason why I'm not a good driver is like because I just don't respect the art. Can you call it the art? It is an art. You know, I just don't respect this much. For me, it's like getting from point A to point B. Like, how can I save as much money? How can I use the least gas? You know, the mileage on our old car is actually not that much. Okay, so tractors. And this is part of like the learning curve, right? Like turns out there's like lots of pages. You got to read a freaking driver's manual for every vehicle that you obtain. Luckily it's not too many pages, but I have read through this, but the summary is, you know, a tractor is used for pulling a lot of stuff. You can attach a trailer to it to pull more things. You can pull cars with it. You know, how to couple with a trailer, how to couple with a vehicle trailer, transportation that are on a vehicle trailer during the refuel. Okay, so everything gets refueled. Cargo trailer is for doing really heavy stuff. You can get tractors with cranes. But yeah, like here's how to use the crane. So there's like pretty good. You know, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to understand what's going on. I would have to go online, search on all kinds of videos just to like be able to play the game. And like part of that made me realize just how complicated, and I'm going to Path of Exile because I'm going to talk about this a lot. You know, we play a lot of PoE on this channel. It made me realize just how complicated Path of Exile is, because those kinds of tutorials, while they kind of do exist, you still have to rely on so many like online resources in order to get anything done. So the fact that like, you know, at least the game tries to tell you everything it needs to within the game was a bit of a breath of fresh air. Okay, you want me to park? Oh god, not parking. Not this again. The bane of my existence. Oh, what a giant vehicle too. This is... Am I doing it right? Oh no, this is not right. Oh, this has gone so wrong. Okay. We gotta straighten up. Turn this way. Okay, back it up. This way. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you straighten this one out. Okay, the game's just gonna... It's saving me. It's giving me an out. It wasn't fully parked, but that's fine. Alright, so we've got what looks to be a crane here. Who are these guys? When I was playing this earlier, I saw these dudes and I'm like, who are you? Like, no offense, but it looks like we're like about to do a drug deal here, okay? I don't know if it's right to say, but like there's this van over here. You got like a group of people who, by the way, who are not wearing any hard hats, PPE. Safety is key, okay guys? Like that's the number one thing that you guys, if you're not going to take anything away from this, you know, wear some protection. I'm just saying, it's important. And this, oh man, this guy, look at his hair, dude. If I were you, I would just shave it bald. Like there's a bright spot over there. You're gonna have, and then you're gonna shave it. You're gonna have the sickest tan of all time. Okay, you're gonna look like a what would it look like? You're like like an egg that's been cracked at the very top, okay? The yolk is coming out. Like, that's what it's looking like right now. The moment you shave your head, oh my goodness. I would just shave it off. You have an even tan, you know? Alright, let's get into the crane. We're getting distracted. Okay, so again, with driver's manual for mobile crane. Now I have read this, so I can summarize. You can drive it. You can also switch to using the crane, and then here's the controls on how to using the crane. And you know, so the first few pages like pretty straightforward, and then turns out you can also use it for. Oh, this part I got confused. You can use concrete buckets, so you can fill a bucket with concrete, lift it up with the crane, and then pour it out, and then you have to store it somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna set the crane to function mode. Okay. So we're gonna do this. This looks so cool. Okay. So we are looking to do this. Is this right? There you go. There's like a little indicator too, which is nice. Look at that. It's moving a lot. Okay. Let's be careful. Pivot. There you go. Okay, let's get this bad boy now. Okay. Now, like, we're gonna retract this. Bring it over. Like I said, you know, this is like slow and steady. This is like my kind. I never realized it, but this is my kind of game right here. You know, I talk about in Path of Exile how like part of the reason why I like it is because you end up in like a little trance almost. You know, it's like it's almost therapeutic in a way because you kind of just turn off your brain. You do the work, right? And here you're literally doing work. You know, in Path of Exile, what's the work? You're farming. You're like killing mobs and hoping to get a payoff at some point. What are we doing here? Well, we're literally fixing pipes and building houses and literally getting paid off, you know, in the game, right? For the work that we do. So, and it's like, you know, it's slow. You know what I mean? It's slow. So you're driving around town, and it's actually like a whole lot of fun. I'm having a whole lot of fun so far. I'm excited to try everything. Oh my god, driving though. Driving is a problem. Look, I'm not the greatest driver, especially in games. Like, racing games were never my forte. Oh god. What the hell? We're Tokyo drifting there. Okay, maybe we're going too fast. Is that... Oh, Jesus. No, I'm sorry. Property damage. Well, I guess cars aren't going to be stopping at that intersection anymore. If you're a pedestrian, man, watch out. That's not a very safe road. Okay, we're going 70 on what would practically be a 40 kilometers an hour road. Is what I would assume. Okay, let's slow it down. Okay, we need to obey traffic laws. You know, we're a stickler when it comes to PPE, and somehow You know, we don't remember to look left and right at a stop sign. Like, what's wrong with the world here? Just because there aren't any police in the area doesn't mean you're allowed to not obey the rules of traffic. Oh my god, okay. We're in. Okay, so now we're at the, what is this, the building yard? Is there like a help? Because I don't know what this is. Building yard combines a recycling center, a scrapyard, and a metal workshop on its premises. Within a contract, you may have to deliver materials or certain objects here or collect from here. Make sure you have suitable construction machinery for loading and transporting. Okay.
I'm relieved. Thanks to your quick action replacing that broken piece, the water supply is repaired and back on. Good job. Since we're finished here, maybe you could give me a hand with something else. Old Joe owns a rundown motel on the outskirts of town. I've been promising him for a while that I would do some renovations on the place. Be a good fella and drive the flatbed truck over there. I'll follow behind and tell you what needs to be done.
Alright, so we're switching to a different kind of truck. The flatbed truck. Oh, it's been 20 minutes already? What the heck happened? What's the problem with these games, man? You thought you were just having like a leisure time. It's been like a good 5-10 minutes. I was just gonna point out, I was gonna be like, do jobs really normally happen this quickly? You know, does it really take this long to, you know, obviously in real life it takes much longer to replace a pipe and drive across town. Okay, there's no traffic here. Plus, I ran through a stop sign. I didn't just run a stop sign, okay? But I'm like, man, it's only been like 5-10 minutes. Turns out it's been like 20, okay? Okay, obey the traffic laws. Look at that, the game saved. It was rewarding me for my efforts. Okay, we're gonna stop at the stop sign. Maybe not all the time, but we're gonna get some of that done, okay? So what are we working with here? Okay, I'll be honest, I'm a stickler for the rules. Maybe not all the time, which kind of makes it seem like I'm not a stickler for the rules, but for the most part, when it comes to safety, okay, I'm like a stickler to the rules. You know, I follow the rules, man.
Joe's also been after a new sign on the motel roof for a while now, something that travelers can see clearly from the highway. As it happens, there's a hotel in town that's about to be torn down. That sly fox Joe picked up the neon sign letters cheap, and a crane operator on the construction site opposite owes me a favor. Drive by there later to pick up the letters. But first, let's take care of the forecourt. I have a roller ready for you, so get in and start compacting.
All right. I'm excited to use one of these, because these things actually look really cool. Okay, so the soil compactor. Pretty straightforward. It either compacts soil or asphalt. I thought it was asphalt. Asphalt? Like your asshole? Is that what asphalt is? Okay, anyways. So we're gonna turn on compacting. You know, we're just gonna compact the gravel. My neighbor was renovating his driveway and I actually saw him do this. The thing was so loud. And he just like basically rolled over his driveway, and I never really understood why. But apparently this is a necessary process in construction. I know now. Okay, so we're gonna do, oh god, how do I, alright, here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm kind of like a 90 or 80-20 kind of guy, okay? Like, I'll do 80% of the job, and in the last 20%, I'm not really fond of doing it. Because I feel like the last 20% of any job is the hardest. By the way, not a good rule to follow. Like if you're gonna put something like attention to detail on your resume, okay, you cannot be an 80-20 kind of guy. Maybe like a 95-10 or 95-5. 95-10 doesn't even add up to 100%. Again, no attention to detail. You know, when you put attention to detail, what that basically means to the employer is like, I'm paying attention to the details all the way till the end. Whereas for me, I'm like paying attention for like 80% of the time, and the last 20% I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Someone else will do that. Leave that to the interns. But you know what, we're doing a pretty good job. We're doing a pretty good job here, okay? You get the most done. Okay, we do like the easy parts first, and then if we have to, we can come back and get the smaller details. There you go. It's looking good. It's looking good. We might hit 100% before we even have to do the small pieces. We're at 85%, 86. Okay. All right. 90% now. I think I'll just do this strip and I'll be done. In fact, I'm even gonna ignore that part over there. There you go. Okay. Now I will do you a solid. Actually, remove the truck from the lot. Okay. Because can you imagine? You're like a worker. You finish the work, but you just leave the truck in the middle of the lot, walk away, drive away, and you're like, you asked me to flatten the lot. I flattened the lot. You didn't ask me to remove the truck. That'll be an extra 50,000, please. Is that what it's like to be a contractor? Drive to Monument Hotel and get the letters. Okay, I actually don't... Wait, no, I do know what we're doing. We're gonna... Wait. I go the wrong way. I wasn't really following the GPS. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, we need to actually learn how to use the brakes, alright? We know how to do that in real life, but in the game, the only button I know how to press is the gas pedal. I know nothing else, and I guess the directions. But it's a simulator, okay? It tries to be at least close to real life, and what that basically means is when you're turning, okay, you slow down when you turn. Alright, now we're getting it. And we're still driving on the sidewalks. That's not very real life-like. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. You ever considered that? Maybe driving on the sidewalk while you turn with the truck is just part of real life. Honestly, this is actually, in a way, similar. I had to rent a U-Haul truck. Like one of those cube trucks. Not the little white vans, but the trucks. I had to rent a truck to move from our apartment to the house a couple of years back. And I remember driving this truck and being like, holy crap, well, first of all, it would be something like this. You can have an interior view. And it felt like this. Like it felt very claustrophobic. And it's like, I can't see anything. I don't know who's to my left. I don't know who's to my right. I wasn't checking blind spots. Even if I did, I can't see because it's like under my truck, right? Like say I'm next to this car. By the way, very dangerous to do this, especially on a truck. There's no acceleration. There's plenty of... That's probably what would happen. And I didn't see that car until last second. But, you know, say something's on your blind spot, I wouldn't see it. And by the time I got from the apartment to my house, I had to return to apartment. My buddy was like, hey, let me drive the truck. You can't drive this thing. So maybe this is sort of, you know, congruent to real life, because you know, I did have a similar experience to this. In fact, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu. Okay. Is it actually easier to drive in first person? Maybe it is. I mean, you don't get to see the truck. And by the way, I need to point out, this game is beautiful. Like, I know like most of the gameplay is about just like building houses and stuff, but look at the trees, look at the horizon, look at the architecture. I mean, the architecture, you know, it's North American styled buildings. I bet if I did Europe, it'd look a lot cooler. Kind of wish I did now, but you know, you just blow cubey buildings, you know, high rises, office buildings. Looks like a lot of warehouses. You know, this is sort of what you would see in North America. But again, like the graphics themselves, it looks great. I'm not kidding. Like, it feels great to play, and it feels great to look at. It's actually a fantastic experience, I will just have to say. Okay, for this, let's switch over to exterior view because I don't know where I'm parking. There we go. Okay, so we are entering the tower crane. That is this bad boy right here. How do we enter? Oh, here we go. Okay, so the manual on cranes. Basically use left stick, right stick to control this thing. That's basically it. Press A to pick anything up, right? So, you know, we go over here. We have like a little... How do you do this? Here we go. You have like a little trolley? Is that what it's called? And then you just lower this bad boy. Do I have it? There you go. And then we're gonna lower it onto a truck. Where's the truck? Okay, here we go. Gonna do it like this. Okay. We're gonna spin it around a little bit. And let's change our camera angle so we can actually see. Okay, something like this. Oh, we're gonna set it down ourselves. We don't need this helper. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna get the trolley closer to this thing. Now again, if you're not used to a slower play video like this, I do apologize. I do understand that, you know, we're not shooting bad guys, we're not killing zombies, we're not gamba, we're not doing any gamba for loot, we're not, you know, what else is like really fun? We're not drafting cards. This is a little different. It's like this is what I would watch to fall asleep. or to have something on the side, I suppose, while I'm playing another game that's just bam bam action packed, bam bam bam. I can't breathe, you know, and on the side you got elevator music playing. You know, we're picking letters out of a goddamn hotel. We're just living life. And I got my ears like, I'm on the lookout, okay? My baby crying. If she cries, I gotta go. I'm just saying. Which is why this kind of game is like, it's perfect for me. And I would also love to try this in multiplayer. I'm actually excited to do that. Okay, teamwork makes the dream work. I feel like we can... Oh, what is this? I feel like, you know, we can get a lot of stuff done with 2 people. So I'm excited for that as well. I'm actually really excited to play through this game because this is like a very different experience for me. And I typically am a fan of this kind of game. It's just, I've never really sunk that kind of time into it. But now that I'm sort of able to, like I'm not sandbagging. I actually think I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Alright, let's pull this up. So what are we trying to spell out right now? We took an M. We took a O, a T, motel. Okay, so we're designing a motel. It seems. Alright, let's get this down here. So one last letter. By the way, have you ever considered like how games are able to just make, I don't want to call this a mundane task. I bet like being a crane operators is actually like pretty cool. I mean, a lot of regulation you probably have to follow. I recently saw a video of somebody hanging off of a goddamn crane and the crane like being lifted sky high. The dude's just like, like yelling. Get me the fuck off of this thing. He looked like to be like some radio guy. He's supposed to be the guy who tells the crane operators like, okay, you're safe to lift it now. Somehow the guy got stuck on the crane, you know, and like, and as a result, you know, they like lifted him onto the crane or like into the sky along with like all the other stuff. It was really scary, but like, you know, some of the job is not very exciting, I just have to say. You know, just driving around, transporting some letters from point A to point B, you know, like not very fun. I would actually like, you know, like being a truck driver, it's a pretty hard job, man. You know, long hours and you're just kind of sitting on your ass. But somehow in a game like this, they're able to make it fun. I don't know how they do it. Maybe it's because it's just so far out of your wheelhouse. Like if I were to play a game about computer programming, I don't think I would enjoy it that much because I'm like, I already do this for work. I don't want to come home and like do more work. But if you look at this, like this is literal work, right? You're like, if you were like a construction worker, or if you were in this industry in general, I have a buddy, he works in like film, and part of his job is like he rigs sets, he like transports props. I bet if he were to come home and play a game like this, he'd be like, dude, this is just my real life job. Why am I coming home to unwind just to like do my job on a computer? You know? But for some reason, for me, because this is just like so out of my wheelhouse, it's so much fun. Maybe that's what it is. It's like you're experiencing, it's like you're shadowing someone else's job. Is that? I don't know what I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm actually having, like, why are the dopamine receptors being activated? Like, how am I getting rewarded here? For a job well done? Is that what it is? In Path of Exile, I like clearly understand why. I feel excited in certain situations. Oh my god, a 1 in 4,000 chance to roll this item and now it's worth like a billion divine orbs. We've hit the jackpot, boys. We did it, you know? Alright, let's play like 50 hours more and do it again. I understand. Here? I loaded a letter onto my truck. I am obeying the laws of the rules of traffic while I transport these letters from point A to point B, and I'm gonna put these letters on top of a building, and it's gonna look fantastic. And in my head, it's going ding, 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 ding. More, more, more. Why? I don't understand. Is it just because I haven't gamed in so long? It's been 3 months since I really played anything for real. You know? Is my brain going like any game's a good game? Not to get, like, don't get me wrong, I'm like, this game is legitimately, if you're like into this kind of stuff, this game is fantastic. I don't know why I never played this stuff before. This is so much fun. Is it a good viewing experience? I have no idea. We're just driving around town, okay? Making my way downtown like that. Drifting by with a truck. Construction Simulator Initial D Drift Edition. Oh, Tokyo Drift. You see that? Alright. Oh god, my worst enemy. Parking. Okay. We can do this. There we go. This wasn't it? Alright. So we're gonna change this into crane mode. Like some okay, how do I do this? Alright, there we go. The angle looks so weird. Okay, this looks terrible. Need to lift this higher. Okay, let's just grab this, whatever. Okay, there we go. Now how do I extend this thing? Okay. So we want to turn it this way. Yeah, it looks better like this for sure. Okay. Here we go. Now we got it. Okay, let's retract. Lower this bad boy. Retract, pivot. Alright, here we go, let's go. Activating dopamine receptors. Huh? Try. Oh, dopamine receptors activated. There we go. The job well done. Three more. Dude, it really helps that the music is just banging. They're playing some real bangers out here. Okay, we gotta get the ones that are close, which are a little tricky. Okay, we do it like this, right? There we go. There we go. Okay. By the way, these are supposed to be neon signs. I would just like to point out, they don't look very neon. What in the world? How do I get this guy? Oh, there we go. Oh, look at the speed. When you get paid for the job, not by the hour. Monka speed, monka speed. One so fast. Oh, there you go. Automatically reset the loading crane. Okay, so we can reset the crane. Oh, okay. Change mode. Drive mode. Transformers. Transforming. Robots in disguise. Clear the site. Okay. 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 This time they actually asked you to clear the site instead of another time. Honestly, job well done. It actually looks great.
Old Joe won't believe his eyes. The entryway looks better than when this place opened 30 years ago. You did an excellent job. Even the recycled neon signs are working perfectly. You can finally see the motel from the highway. I'm sure it will start attracting tourists again. Do you have another minute you can spare? Then let's meet at the old gas station in town. Someone else there needs our help.
Quickly, someone needs our help. Alright, look, the game has been saved. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break right here. That's the first episode. We still have a few more missions that we have to get through. Or contracts, are they called? Before we can actually get to the multiplayer phase. But in the meantime, sorry I'm blocking traffic. Again, bad parking job. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're gonna be playing a lot more Construction Simulator down the line. And I'm actually looking to get, to try out some other games as well. Now that, I have a baby, I lost a lot of time. I don't have much free time, but now that I like not playing as much Path of Exile either, I'm playing it very casually. In terms of gaming time, that has freed up a little bit. So, I do want to, take the opportunity to try out some different games in the future. So if you guys have any recommendations on, something casual, something chill, definitely would be open to hearing you guys out. Leave a comment. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.